So my name is Andy Bretz, and we're here at my tiny house called the Rover. It's a 32-foot gooseneck built by Cornerstone in Orlando, Florida, and it's RVIA. Some of the coolest things about the house on the outside are the covered lounge area with lights for the nighttime. And also an unintended benefit is the storage under the house. So I keep my paddle boards, my kayaks, sawhorses, that kind of stuff is all stored under the house when it's not in use. So let's go inside and then we'll show you around to the inside of the house. So welcome to the inside of the Rover. So as we come in, you can see I have a pretty extensive library. I think it's about 250 books. So again, you can have whatever you want. You just have to prioritize it. And a place to keep tons of shoes and then some outdoor stuff, frisbees and bug sprays, and then a little bit of cubby storage. The foam roller, knickknacks. And then still, because I play competitive volleyball, I can just, every time I go play, I just take this out and it's got my shoes and athletic tape and knee pads and everything. So that's always kind of ready to go. So then if we go upstairs into the living room, which is over the gooseneck, a lot of people in this design choose this to be the bedroom because you can stand up. I have a TV, another TV if I want to watch maybe a second game or something. And I still have my big iMac from my traditional size house. When that does die, I'll probably go to something a little bit more reasonable in size for a tiny house. But I have a pretty extensive movie collection. In here I have 2 guitars. Scary thing is I actually don't play. I've always wanted to learn how to play. Also, this is it folds out into a queen size bed from IKEA. And then the lounger also flips up for additional storage. And then behind here, I don't know if you can see, this is one of my favorite things up here is the keyboard storage. But underneath there, then I also still have the printer, a couple hard drives, the power strips. The other cool thing about the TV is it's on a swivel. So if I'm here by myself, be in the front row of the movie theater. But then if other people are around, we can extend it for more people to be able to enjoy it. I play competitive volleyball still, and depending on what level it is or if it's indoor or outdoor, sometimes you have to play with different balls. Because I had a bunch, actually I had to get rid of a bunch, but I still had some and kept them. And still, if I need to go, like the other night, it was open gym and the place we were playing at didn't have any volleyballs, and you just took 6. I took these top 6 with me, and there was 6 volleyballs for us to use, and then these are for different beach tournaments. Here's one of the unintended consequences. So all the remotes, and usually the mouse even, just kind of sit on the windowsill, which is perfect because it's within reach. Wouldn't have seen myself doing that in my traditional house ever. From the living room, we have the catwalk to the bedroom. And actually, this was one of the design things. Initially, we had 2 staircases, and I was driving to work one day and called the builder and was like, hey, what happens if we connect the staircases? Created a catwalk, which created a ton of storage that we'll see in a little bit. But now we'll go to the bedroom. So the bedroom is 3 feet 10 inches from floor to the top of the roof. But even here, I made sure that I had a bed frame and a mattress. Everything is IKEA. It's a great mattress that's a fraction of the cost of what I had in my house. In the back here though, we have what I call is the crawl-in closet. Up here I keep the stuff that I don't want. And this was another design consultation that I had with the builder, and originally said, you're gonna have to crawl across your bed to hang up all your clothes. And I was like, that's never gonna happen. I'll never do that. So I created a closet downstairs, and that keeps all my work clothes. But up here I have winter jackets and tacky Christmas sweaters and a Halloween costume and 3 or 4 other winter jackets and suitcases and that kind of stuff. What I'm sitting on right now is the bump up from the shower, which we'll see in a minute too. So it created a super long loft, but gave me extra space up here. So tons of clothes storage. Alexis loved the stand-up chess, or in my case, sit-down chess. But it's great because literally, as you go by, you can make a move, trying to get the girl that I'm seeing to play. And then I also collect titles. I actually got ordained to do a wedding through a Christian organization, but bought some other ones. One is the Gospel of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. One is a Jedi Knight through a church in England. One is called a Mystical Philosopher. A kid I coached gave that to me. And then a true ability to do weddings. In the kitchen, there's tons and tons and tons of storage space for kitchen toys. Since everything is a Tetris lifestyle, you kind of have to move things out of the way to get to stuff. Down underneath the breakfast bar storage, where, by the way, the breakfast bar would seat 4, I have food processors, blow torches, steamer baskets, crock pots, juicers, mixers, blenders, instant pots, rice cookers, mandolins, rolling pins, KitchenAids, whipped cream guns, waffle makers. I think that's everything down there. Maybe 1 or 2 more things. So one of the things for me, the big things is I don't like cubby storage. And obviously in a tiny house we still have some, but I wanted what I call Rubbermaid storage. So down here I have a few kitchen things like a giant dehydrator and a griddle, but then I also have 2 Rubbermaids, and that'll be like there's 2 for tools, there's 2 of tents and camping supplies, and just other random storage stuff, but I can store it and hide it and close it and not see it. I guess the kitchen proper. I have every appliance again except for a garbage disposal, but I have a dishwasher, and it's I think it's 18 inches. So it fits most everything. But in the kitchen, I have a drawer of more kitchen toys. Ice cream scoops and cups and measures and graters and steamer baskets and garlic presses, thermometers, all that kind of stuff. Down here is pots and pans and food storage. Actually, I have a backup induction burner if I ever did need 4. Dishes and cups and some extra stuff. One of the things is how I put stuff away, and one of the things I learned is to take pint glasses and rotate them, and then clips everywhere for recipes and things to save. But even like the tray, I got this at Target, but it's great. So now I just take the tray if I'm eating dinner at the couch, like usually, but I can just take that up and it stores in here with cutting boards. So almost everything can get put away. There is a lot of kind of overflow pantry items that sometimes sit up here. I don't know if you guys have, I'm a sucker for chocolate Lucky Charms. Not organic, but kind of super delicious. So got a big box of those the other day. So for tonight, we're actually gonna do a potluck. We're gonna make some pasta for 12 people in the tiny house. The pasta will be a puttanesca. And we have some celebrations to do, so we have some dessert stuff. So we needed to get some butter at room temperature to make some Nutella stuffed brown butter chocolate chip cookies. So being a coffee nut too, we have multiple ways to even make coffee here. I have a French press and a fresh grinder, an espresso machine, drip coffee, and even iced coffee options. But tea for Christian earlier had a big tea box, so there's all sorts of options there. Up here is my pantry, which is overflowing, but this is a lot smaller space than what I had in my traditional house. And again, more clips to keep recipes or to take out menus or whatever. I think this is an important thing to mention. I use an induction stove, which I think we need to consider more in the tiny house community. Being somebody that loves to cook, I was immediately like gas. The best reason is I learned from a guy on van life. With induction, it heats through the pan, so you don't have any heat loss, because otherwise you're heating the air, not a big space, can heat the space up really quick. Silverware, plastic bags. One of the coolest things, these are ice cream scoops. Got them from my traditional house, but actually I think they're for little kids, but it's great because it's one scoop of ice cream instead of the whole thing of Talenti's. And then down here, this is a little more of meal prep stuff, but also my liquor cabinet. Okay, sidebar. I really don't drink that much, but I grew up bartending and always thought that if someone wants a drink, you should be able to make it. I can pretty much make anything. Almost full-size fridge, freezer on bottom, able to still have regular appliances. So one of the other fun things is we can even play darts in the tiny house. But another kind of fun design thing is paper towel holder. And what I had a little cutout from the barn door, and so I just keep it up here. And then even got a second one to hold the darts. So if we do decide to play later, you know, they just stay up there. So in the bathroom, I have a stackable washer and dryer. And actually that's one of the funny, more entertaining conversation is, you know, people always ask, where do you put your dirty clothes? I'm like, in the washing machine. So literally I'll come home at night after work, hang up the clothes in the closet if they need to be hung up. And if not, take them off and throw them in the washing machine, and then grab a pair of sweatpants or a hoodie or something, and I'm ready to go. But one of the cooler things about the house, or more unique features, is the 7-foot shower. And this started just as a conversation with the builder. The ceiling is 6'4", and I knew that the nozzle for the shower would come out at 6 foot. I'd have to duck a little bit every day. I didn't want to duck a little bit every day when I washed my hair. So created a bump up, which is what I was sitting on up in the bedroom. And then is the kind of a footboard almost for the bed. So, but a dual head thing. And then a skill set that I had to pick up is learning how to sew, because things don't come in our measurements. So I bought a sewing machine and cleaned up some edges from a shower curtain. So go gender roles. I've learned to keep things out that I use a lot, like my vacuum. My Dyson vacuum just stays out. It's always being charged because it's kind of always being used. I do have a regular toilet. I read the Human Manure book. Love you guys that are doing it. I don't want to play with my poop. So thank you for spending the afternoon in the Rover with us. If you are interested in learning more about the tiny house community here in Charleston, if you Google us, we're on Facebook and Meetup, just Tiny House Charleston. So thanks a lot. Have a great day.
Hey guys, Alexis and Christian here with Tiny House Expedition.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And click left or right for more tiny house stories and tours.